Nancy Burt-Preece here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Here's all my contact information and the August host code, my Facebook business page, my YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, watch to the end, and share with all your friends. Today I am doing a design by the wonderful Susan Campfield. It's called a double stack display card, and it will stand up so you can see both parts of it. Very clever. Susan Campfield is a wonderful demonstrator and an even nicer person, so that's cool. So this is her design. We're going to need a card base that is 4 1/4 by 11 to make the folding part. We'll score it together. We'll need an, I'm using thick basic white for the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. 2 side designer series paper. And, you know, I always let my people know that they can use either side. I like the blue, but you could do either one. You need 2 of those 3/4 by 4. Then your inside mat, which is that part, is the white is 3 by 3 3/4. This is Misty Moonlight, 3 1/4 by 4. So I'm just setting those there because you know those will mat. Then I'm going to do my right designer series paper and mat, which is smaller than the left. The right DSP is 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. And the Misty Moonlight is 3 1/2 by 3 3/4. When you get a kit from me, notice that these are all next to each other so that you know what goes with what. This is the left mat piece, which DSP is 3 1/2 by 3 3/4, 3 3/4 by 4. The other thing is these are some basic white. I'm using the Layering Leaves stamp set. And these die cuts are from Unbounded Love. I love those die cuts. So that is that. And then the brushed brass butterfly. So let's start. And this is what Susan did first, which I thought was a great idea, is she adhered whichever side you're going to use of these side pieces and just kind of line them up. I left a little bit of a white, not a ton, just a little bit. It'll help you when you are going to add this other piece in the middle, the piece that helps you display your card. And does it fit in a regular envelope? Yes, it does. I'm using the Wildflower Designer Series paper. I think that's a very pretty paper. And let me see if I can find it quick. It's, it's on page 41 in the annual catalog. Wildflower Design Bundle. And the Designer Series paper is Wildly Flowering. So it's really very pretty. I love these colors, especially at this time of year. So I'm going to set this part over, and I'm going to do my scoring. Now I'm going to tell you how I do it. You can extend your blade and do the exact measurements, but I cheat because I know that it's going to be exactly the same on both sides. So I do 2 inches, I line it up. And then the next one is 3 3/4. Line it up. Turn it over. 2 inches. And 3 3/4. You can actually do all the measurements that she has too. I just kind of cheat and make it easier, but that's how I do it. And of course, you're going to want to bone fold your edges. It just gives it, when you're doing fun fold cards, it really does help it lay better. if you do the bone folder. I always make sure I have it cut first. Now, she suggested pulling these two flaps up and actually I'm going to put some green glue on the back. And my goal, not to get it on that part, which I just did. And I will come back later and get that off. Let me get my paper towel here. Yeah, don't do that. And how do I get that off? If you've ever had a glue, you just come back with a gum eraser and that'll just take that glue right up. Nobody will ever know you made a boo-boo, except for you, and we're not telling. Okay, and of course, be careful because you can easily fold it, so just kind of gently push it. Now, she suggested holding it like this, and I kind of do it like this. She does it a little different so that I can line that bottom part up. I guess it is good to do it like this now that I'm on camera. So I'm going to adhere this as close to the middle as I can. And the green glue allows you to wiggle a little bit. And then you can go ahead and put that right down. Beautiful thing is this will be covered up, so don't worry that I had a little bit of that. The next part I'm going to do is I'm going to put the back in. I figured this is a card thinking of you, and so you want some area to write. So I am not putting anything on that. Could you put any kind? You could put any saying you wanted on that. Absolutely. And this is, let me get my measurements again. This is the inside mat. The 3 1/4 by 4 is the Misty Moonlight. 3 by 3 1/4 is the white. Now you have this on here, which is kind of fun. And one of these is bigger than the other. If you get a kit from me, it's always going to be this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere the left one first. So I'm going to adhere this to the mat. Then I'm going to come back and so I have to think, this is going to go here. I only want to put, instead of green glue right now, I'm going to use this. And I'm going to put about 3 strips of it. So it doesn't go too far. I'm going to move this one to our other side. I'm going to kind of line it up. So it has about the same amount on the top and the bottom. And go ahead and adhere that. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'll just use this, adhere this. And remember, it's double-sided paper, so you can use either side you choose. That's the beautiful part about it. Do the same thing. Now this time I'm going to put it on this side. Do about 3 strips. You want it to stick. And I'm going to close it up. And the beautiful thing about this is it covers up that inside stack, is how she calls it. Isn't that a fun card? And the way it's constructed, it is really easy. I'm going to pop up the hello with some dimensionals on the front. I love this font from the Layering Leaves. I think that Rachel Tessman designed this for her $1 million sales, and it is just a beautiful set. I put a brushed brass butterfly. And then the last thing I'm going to do is just adhere the thinking of you. And these are beautiful frames too, aren't they? They just make the hole on the inside. And you have a wonderful double stack display card. you know, you have to do a little bit of cutting, but none of it is hard. All makes sense. And I hope you give it a try and have a great day.